Are you member? Are you member?
Yes, she is member.
Yeah, then you must be knowing Ganoderma and the other products much better than me.
She joined recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are from?
I'm from Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah. Jordan is doing well, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Doing good.
I was also told that Morocco is doing well.
Yes.
All countries which started recently and they have been very good in the direction, especially in the Excel. So there are only two people, new guys. Let me not waste much of the time. So that's my short, my
introduction.
My career. So it was in. I was so busy. I used to work for 14 hours a day as a cardiologist. And
चेंजर दे दो हाथ में ना है ना
somehow when I got into DXN, it's mainly because of Professor Vaspale and Dr. Ratna. They introduced the product as well as they made me a member. I didn't know anything about Ganoderma. Because in my medical curriculum, in our textbook, I have not read about Ganoderma. The first testimonial which happened in Chennai in 1999 was a blood cancer patient, with blood cancer, and she was almost in the deathbed. And the doctor said that she would hardly live for about a month, and her condition was very bad. She could not walk, she could not eat anything. It was just 25 minutes. And then except for chemotherapy, or you have to do a bone marrow transplant. That used to be very expensive, bone marrow transplant. And she was a school teacher. She could not afford that treatment. And she contacted a family physician who happened to be my classmate and my roommate in the medical college. By the way, my father was also a cardiologist. So because of seeing him only, I wanted to become a doctor and then take up cardiology. He was trained in cardiology in 1957 in Canada, hospital for sick children in Toronto. Came back to Chennai and developed the department of cardiology. Now we are doing heart transplant in that department. It's a government hospital. So he had that vision. So when I finished my schooling, he asked me, what do you want to do? I said, I want to become a doctor. So it was a hard work. And I did my MD General Medicine and then cardiology, took up cardiology and qualified in 1985. So I've been a doctor for more than, right from 1975. How many years now?
Count, accountants count.
45?
48.
47, 48, something.
Yeah. So I know only allopathy, nothing more than that. So I was mentioning about the testimonial. Doctors refused treatment because she cannot definitely withstand the chemotherapy. And she didn't have the money to have a bone marrow transplant. So the doctor friend called me and said that this is a patient who is almost in death, what can I do? 1999. That was somewhere around September, October. I also didn't know anything about Ganoderma, but Dr. Clarence had introduced Ganoderma to us, and he was saying that it's good for cancer. Then I suggested to my friend that you can try RTGF. That was coming only in he had samples, 30 packs.
30 capsules.
Yeah, 30. So he got it from Malaysia, and she started taking RTGF, and within 3 months she had a tremendous improvement. And the 4th month she was almost normal, and she joined back her work. People believe that. That was the first testimony. Then I thought that this herb is a very powerful herb. And actually in allopathy, we use a lot of herbs, medicines derived from herbs. I don't know whether you know. Many of the medicines what we use today, they are derived, allopathic medication, they are derived from nature. Almost 70% of the medications, 70, only 30% are purely chemical. And in my cardiology, in the field of cardiology, we give a drug for heart failure. It's called as digoxin, right? And it's almost 300 years since it was discovered, and there is no medicine right now except digoxin. So that's a herb. It's derived from one common flowering plant, foxglove. That's called as digitalis purpura. Right. So it's a long, the story how one Dr. William Withering he discovered that plant. Now, a lot of medicinal plants are there. Right. So that thing struck me that it should be a very powerful herb, because in allopathy also for cancers, various kinds of the diseases, the medicines, many medications are derived from plant kingdom. And penicillin, it is from a fungus. Ganoderma is a mushroom. It's a fungus. Basically, it's a fungus. So, we didn't know what it does to the human body and how it can take care of many disease process. Right. And now we have a lot of research, almost more than 10,000 papers on the Ganoderma. So it is, you go to the PubMed, you search, you have all the information. When we started, we never had anything. Only we had that book, small book written by Clarence Stanislas, who had done research in Canada. That was available, and he gave it to us. This textbook, and initially when I read, I didn't know anything about it. It was Greek and Latin form. So slowly I understood that this herb can help a lot of sick people, because it has got many medicinal properties. So when the business started, and then that's the point of time, 2000, a lot of direct selling companies came to India. Right from A company, so many companies came. And since my sponsor, Professor Vaspalaya, is an economics professor, he used to talk to me about macroeconomics and microeconomics. Macroeconomics means you invest